Go ahead. I'll come back after you. Go ahead.
Okay. So I was thinking as we're from the last show and also listening here, um, who are some of the black leaders in our community or the black liberation leaders that you see doing things for our community that you may deem uh, worthy of respect and praise?
It would be better because let me say this. I think that the price for leadership in America, and then Black America in particular, the price for that skyrocketed in the 1960s. And, the assassinations of Malcolm X, John F. Kennedy, Bobby Kennedy, and Martin Luther King, like the price for leadership, let's say in 1950, it was $1,000. And then after the 1960s, the price for leadership went up to 100 million. It's like, oh man, you come out here and be on some real leadership shit, you will get assassinated. And so most people, black and white, but particularly black, they tapped out and said, wow, that price is too high. And so what we came with is a fake leadership that doesn't have a real price tag on it. And so we got imposters who mimic like, oh, I'm out here doing some leadership stuff, but they're really not. And again, I know Jesse Jackson. I don't want to disparage him, but he led in a way that he would never get charged the price of leadership. And then, and Jesse actually, there's some positive things he was involved with. But then after that, let's say comes Al Sharpton. And he's not willing to pay the price for real leadership. It's a hustle for him. And so, but I think if you look at America and where we're at today, and this goes beyond black, but most people don't want to pay the price for leadership. It's too hard. And people want to stay safe. So it's hard for me to identify per se any leadership out here that in any regard, and that's why America is falling right now. And I think we as black people are making a mistake celebrating the fall of America, because unless we can point to some other country or group that's doing it, we don't have a suitable replacement. It's like ditching your wife and you have no options for a new one. None, no good ones. And it's a mistake. And so it would be easier for me. And I'm gonna give you an example of a guy who I think, again, I don't want to call it leadership, but whose rhetoric I kind of like. Man, I kind of enjoy that. That's a smart brother. I don't know if I fully agree with him, but I never catch him slipping really in his public comments. And again, I'm not saying everything he says I agree with. I'm not even saying I have a full understanding of his point of view. And I'm just being real. And so if it makes me sound like a clown, I'll pay the price for that. But I kind of like Umar Johnson.
I agree.
And so the guy says some really intelligent things, and he's made me do some homework on Pan Africanism and just what his mentality and Marcus Garvey and just trying to understand all of that. Again, I don't know everything about Umar, so this is not some full-throated endorsement, but the dude says some interesting things, and I'm sure there's some things he says, and there's a lot of controversy about this school he's allegedly starting and what's going on with the money. I don't know the details on that. I just know when I catch him in interviews, I always leave going, man, this dude says some interesting things.
All right.
Right. Did